I now give the floor to Ms. Galia Baher of the Conseil Régional de Dakhla Oued El Dahab to address the committee. Madam, you have the floor, please.
My name is Ghalla Bahia. I'm a young Sahrawi woman from Dakhla, democratically elected as a representative of the population of the Moroccan Sahara. As a member of the Regional Council of Dakhla Oued El Dahab, I'm proud to share with you the latest updates on the progress achieved in the Moroccan southern provinces. The Kingdom of Morocco adopted in 2015 a development model dedicated to the southern provinces, taking into account the specificities of these regions and aspirations of the local population. Within this framework, larger-scale structural projects with a budget of more than $10 billion were launched in critical sectors such as infrastructure, training, industry, agriculture, renewable energy, tourism, and social sectors. Today, the completion rate of these projects has reached more than 80%, boosting several socio-economic indicators, including the GDP. The growth rate in the Moroccan Sahara is indeed 50% higher than the national average, with 10.5% of Dakhla region. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks to this unprecedented economic and social development dynamic, the Moroccan Sahara strives to become a center of human communication, economic integration, and a focal point on the African continental and international scene. In his speech on the occasion of the 48th anniversary of the Green March, His Majesty the King Mohammed VI, may God assist him, highlighted an ambitious geopolitical vision for the country, focusing on the transformation of the Atlantic seaboard. In this context, the three royal initiatives, namely the Moroccan-Nigeria pipeline, the African Atlantic Initiative, and the initiative to promote access to the Atlantic for Sahel countries, are establishing the Moroccan Sahara as a platform of security, stability, and co-development in Africa. The numerous infrastructure projects launched in the Dakhla region are aimed at positioning the region as a strategic crossroads with a privileged access to the African continent. In addition to the Tiznit-Dakhla highway, link the cities Tiznit and Dakhla, His Majesty the King Mohammed VI launched the construction of the Dakhla Atlantic Port with an investment of around $1 billion. It is designed to boost the economic, social, and industrial development of the southern provinces, particularly the Dakhla Oued El Dahab region. Ladies and gentlemen, in the Moroccan Sahara, women play a permanent role in society. They enjoy a high rate of political participation, even more than other regions in Morocco. They participated in the management of local affairs through elected regional and local councils with the framework of the advanced regionalization adopted by the Kingdom of Morocco. For instance, 30% of the Council of Dakhla Oued El Dahab members are women. It is striking contrast with the disparate situation of women in the Tindouf camps, where they are subjects of violation of various violations, abuse and torture, including rape. The serious and systematic human rights violations continue unabated in the Tindouf camps with the complicity of the host country. The Office of the High Commissioner of the Human Rights denounced in numerous reports the massive and the large-scale recourse by Polisario to harassment, unlawful arrests, ill-treatment of the Tindouf camps population. I equally denounce the precarious living condition in which our brothers and sisters live in Tindouf camps due to the embezzlement of humanitarian assistance by Polisario and the host country, as confirmed by the World Food Programme and by the EU anti-fraud. I thank you, Madam Chair.
Thanks, Madam Chair. I'm Mohammed Abba, an elected member of Region Council Ayoun Saq Al Hamra in charge of international corporations and the chairman of Finance, Budget and Programming Committee. My election attested to the fact that the population of Moroccan Sahara manage their local affairs democratically and enjoy the full fundamental freedoms guaranteed by 2011 Constitution as well as other social economic. Right, as a native of the Moroccan Sahara regions, but also as an official representative of the Region Council of Ayoun Saq Al Hamra, and unlike the Polisario, which usually proclaim itself, as we heard this morning, as a representative without the slightest legal base, I, along other local elected representatives, enjoy democratic legitimacy. In fact, during these regional elections, that The vote turnout in Sahara regions reached 66.94% of العيون الساقة الحمراء and 58% for Dakhla Wadi Dhahab, the highest in the national level. The election took place under the optimal democratic condition and well maintained the observed incomplete independence, notably by 5,020 national and international observers. Madam Chair, ladies and gentlemen, in order to achieve the definitive political solution in the fabricated and protracted regional dispute over the Moroccan Sahara, Morocco submitted the United Nations Security Council in 2007 the autonomy initiative based on exclusive participatory approach in full compliance with international law. In this initiative has been described as a serious and credible by 20 Security Council resolution since in 2007 and supported by more than 107 countries worldwide. The Moroccan Autonomy Initiative grant wide-ranging prerogative and the population of Sahara, including the manage their own affairs. Madam Chair, a dynamic and diverse regions in Moroccan Sahara is becoming a regional economy hub and logistic platform on the African continent. In his royal address on 6 November 2023, commemorating 48th University of Green March, His Majesty King Mohammed VI, my God, system emphasized the need of strength and Atlantic fast as a space of human communion and a pole of economic integration, fostering trade between states in the interest of the stakeholder through the win-win approach. In region of العيون الساقة الحمراء, which I represent, contributed fully of this effort through the implementation of numbers of projects, infrastructures, with the Port of العيون, town of Marsa, Tarfaya and Bijdour has reinforced to give stronger boost of economic activities in the region, in addition to the certain new port in Tarfaya. By the end of October 2023, the Tizni-Dakhla Expressway had progressed by 90%. It covered 1,055 kilometers. These projects are an integrated port of new Dakhla models for the southern provinces, launched in November 2015 with a total investment more than $10 billion. Infrastructure and destruction will make accessible neighboring African continents to the support their development reinforces Moroccan commitment to mutually beneficial cooperation and shared prosperity. Madam Chair, I would like to remind, if I conclude, without returning our profound preoccupation by the catastrophic situation prevailing in Tindouf campus, I appeal to the international community to demand that the Algerian and Polisario respect their obligation under the international humanitarian law to put in the end this situation allowance that exists in Tindouf campus, allowing our brother and sister back home to the land. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair, ladies and gentlemen, the Tindouf camps have become a stark symbol of human suffering, where abuse, repression, extreme poverty, and malnutrition are the norm rather than the exception. Humanitarian aid for the camps is most often diverted to be sold on the market of neighboring countries rather than finding its way to those most in need. It is embezzled on a symbolic scale by Polisario officials with the active complicity of Algeria. This is fully documented by the European Anti-Fraud Office as well as the World Food Programme. The evidence presented by the World Food Programme leaves no room for doubt, clearly establishing the embezzlement of essential foodstuffs, including biscuits intended for children as part of humanitarian assistance. These foodstuffs are sold in the local market of Tindouf city outside of the camps and in neighboring countries. Moreover, the WFP has shed light on the obstruction of specialized UN agencies' access to the camps, highlighting the inherent bias in the distribution of humanitarian aid orchestrated by the Polisario. This shocking situation is due to Algeria's failure to allow the UNHCR to register the population held hostage in the Tindouf camps in accordance with its mandate and the UN Security Council resolutions. Madam Chair, the sequestrated population of the Tindouf camps continue to live in a zone of complete lawlessness, marked by multiple human rights violations as Algeria devolved its authority to the Polisario over the camps. The UN Human Rights Committee has expressed its grave concerns over this illegal devolution of authority on several occasions. These concerns have been echoed by the UNSG Secretary General as well. When the sequestrated population dares to raise their voices against the abuse perpetrated by Algeria and the Polisario, their legitimate claims are met with brutality and repression. It is the heartbreaking reality of 3 brave individuals from the camps, Moulay Bouzey Dabba, Fadel al-Mahdi Breika, and Mahmoud Zaidan, who have been the victims of arbitrary detention and torture perpetrated by Polisario without the opportunity of a fair trial. Furthermore, numerous international NGOs and media outlets have repeatedly brought attention to human rights violations. Instances of slavery cases have been particularly disturbing. In addition, women in the Tindouf camps are subject to various forms of violence at the hands of Algeria and the Polisario. This situation demands an immediate international response. I call upon the international community to act swiftly and decisively to end this humanitarian disaster. It must also hold to account Algeria over its refusal to respond to the urgent and strong calls of the Security Council resolutions to register the population held hostage in the Tindouf camps. The only solution to this dreadful situation lies in the safe, dignified return of the population held hostage in the Tindouf camps through the implementation of Moroccan Autonomy Plan. Thank you.
Pour rester informé, je vous invite à regarder les vidéos Maroc 24 qui s'affichent sur votre écran.